What if I told you your brain is rewarding you for a life you've never lived? You didn't earn the win. You didn't take the risk. But your brain gave you the dopamine hit anyway, just for thinking about it. Ever caught yourself mid-daydream, absolutely crushing life in your head? Abs, money, validation, all of it. And then, snap. You're still in bed. Still stuck. That's maladaptive daydreaming. The quiet addiction that hijacks motivation, distorts progress, and rewards you for fantasy over action. But here's the good news. By the end of this video, you won't just understand how this loop works, you'll know how to break it. We're diving deep into the psychology behind daydream addiction and how to rewire your brain so fantasy stops feeling better than reality. What is maladaptive daydreaming? It starts off innocent. A harmless escape during a boring class, a long commute, or a moment of stress. But for some people, it becomes a full-blown addiction. Vivid, immersive, even cinematic. Replacing real life with imaginary triumphs and perfect worlds. Psychologist Eli Sommer gave it a name after studying patients who'd spend hours lost in elaborate fantasy lives. They weren't just zoning out. They were living in their heads, and brain scans back it up. When you daydream, your default mode network lights up, the brain's autopilot. If it's constantly active, it rewires your mind to crave simulation over reality. Every imagined scene delivers a dopamine hit. No action needed, no risk. Just the feeling of success, without the work. The result? You lose momentum, you lose presence. And slowly, real life starts to feel dull in comparison. So, how do we take back control? Step 1, flip the script on your fantasies. Before we fight the daydreams, we have to understand them. Not all fantasies are meaningless. Some are clues. That version of you who wins the argument, commands the room, gets the love, the credit, the spotlight, that's not just fantasy. It's feedback. It's your brain showing you what you deeply want, maybe even what you lack. Is it validation? Is it revenge? Is it just the need to feel seen? Instead of escaping into those dreams, try decoding them. What need is it highlighting? What wound hasn't healed? Ask yourself, what is this daydream trying to give me? And how can I create even 1% of that in real life? You don't need to kill the fantasy. You just need to translate it into action. Step 2, break the daydream trance. Now that we know what the fantasy means, let's talk about how to catch it before it hijacks you. You don't always choose to daydream. One quiet moment, one blank stare, and boom. You're off, starring in your own mental Netflix special. That's your default mode network slipping into gear, and the longer it runs, the harder it is to snap out of. So here's the key. Break the trance with something physical. Touch something cold. Say something out loud. Stand up, move, interrupt the loop. Because every second you let it play, your brain gets another reward for doing nothing, and that's the loop we're here to break. Step 3, stop giving Oscars to your brain's fan fiction. Let's get brutally honest. Your brain doesn't care whether you actually succeed, just that it feels like you did. And maladaptive daydreaming? It gives you the feeling of a win, for free. No risk, no failure, just dopamine. So now when it's time to act, reality feels flat. Motivation vanishes. Because your brain already got its prize, just for imagining it. But that's the trap. You feel accomplished for rehearsing a life you never lived, and start avoiding the real one. So catch yourself in those fake victories. Notice when you feel proud without proof. Because if your brain keeps rewarding the fantasy, it'll stop showing up for the fight. Step 4, rewire your reward system. By now your brain's been spoiled, trained to get high off imagination. So let's retrain it. Start small. 10 minutes of focused action. One simple task. One finished thing. And then acknowledge it. That's the new dopamine. Real, earned, and grounded in motion. Your brain doesn't shift overnight. But each time you reward real action, even tiny ones, you're rebuilding your motivational engine. This is how you rebuild momentum, not with willpower, with proof. Step 5, make escape hard and action easy. And finally, make it harder to run and easier to move. You don't daydream because it's better. You daydream because it's easier. So add friction to fantasy. Remove triggers. Put your phone out of reach. Turn off the playlist that sends you drifting. And lower the resistance to reality. Make your next task stupidly easy to start. One click, one step, no delay. The trick isn't to force yourself to grind. It's to make real life frictionless. So your brain picks it by default. So that's the loop. How fantasy replaced action. How dopamine rewarded inaction. And how we start taking it back. One interrupted trance, one decoded craving, one real-world move at a time. You weren't broken. You were just giving your brain the wrong wins. But now you know better. So here's the question. What's the daydream you keep returning to? And what's it really trying to give you? Drop it in the comments. Be honest, because when you bring it into the real world, even just a little, it loses its grip. And if this hit home, share it with someone who's stuck in their head too. Because dreaming is easy, but becoming it? That's rare. And that's what you're here to do.